Welcome to our very first episode of Order 404. This is Cyber Jedis news station and spotlight channel. We'll be bringing you updates, interviews, and insights on the world of cybersecurity and beyond. I'm your host, Vincent, and today we have a special guest, our president, Keeben. He'll be telling us about our organization, Cyber Jedis, and his role as our leader, as well as some exciting quantum computing research we have going on campus. Shall we get started?
Absolutely.
All right. So, can you introduce yourself and share what inspired you to become the president of Cyber Jedis?
Yes. My name is Keeben Viadial. What inspired me to become the president of Cyber Jedis was that I was an outreach officer last semester in the spring of 2025. I graduated in 2022 with a BBA in cybersecurity, and I did research on my own for quantum computation. And I wanted to come back and I wanted to take advantage of the resources here on campus so that I could see what breakthroughs could be made for quantum computing. Our last president, Andrew, was a very great inspiration to me. He's somebody that led me in the right direction, and I'm happy to have contributed to the Cyber Jedis whenever I was an outreach officer. But yeah, I've loved being president so far.
That's awesome. Glad to hear that. We're definitely going to miss Andrew here. He was a great leader before, and well, we have another great leader taking his place at the moment. So that's great news, and we're excited to have you back as you're in your master's program. So moving on to the next question. For those who may not know, what is Cyber Jedis and our mission?
Yes, so the Cyber Jedis is the largest cybersecurity organization here on campus, right next to Women in Cybersecurity, which we have a very great relationship with. But our goal, our initiative, and our purpose is to help students get access to material that they might not have in class. Okay. So when it comes to actual hands-on experience, you could probably get that mainly in certifications. You could get that in, some lectures that professors might host on weekends and such. But we have our meetings every Friday, and we have presentations hosted by students. We have presentations by professors and industry and professionals and leaders. So.
And those meetings happen where at again?
Yes, they happen on Fridays at room 1.226 in the North Paseo building, every Friday at 6 p.m.
Every Friday at 6 p.m. in room 1226, everyone. Remember that.
Please.
All right. So going into our third question, as president, what does your role look like on a day-to-day basis?
Lots of messages. Lots of messages I have to respond to, lots of emails I have to send. Obviously, I am like the first line of communication that everybody has for almost all the initiatives that we have. So I'll sleep, I'll wake up, and then I'll have probably 5 to 10 messages people have been waiting on responses for. But as soon as I'm done with that, we just try to see what we can do to create new initiatives for our organization. That's something I'm very proud that we've been able to do this semester.
Yes, sir.
All those messages that I'm talking about that I have, they always are leading to something new and something important for our org.
Well, I'm glad to hear it because we're definitely excited for all these new initiatives that are coming our way. All right. So the fourth one, pretty sure a lot of people are going to be excited about this, quantum computing.
Yes.
You're leading the quantum computing research. Can you tell us, what is the goal? What is the motivation behind it?
So the actual name of the research group is Post-Quantum Security and Quantum Digital Forensics.
Post-quantum computing, okay.
Yes, so this research, apologies.
Tremors going on.
Yeah, we've got some tremors in the Alvarez College of Business. The purpose of this research is to expand upon UTSA alum Dayton Closser's research on a live example for digital forensics using a quantum computer. It had to be on this question. They're trying to stop this from getting out there.
Exactly. The dark side of the force wielders are trying to stop us from doing this interview.
Yeah, the cyber Sith, they're trying to get us.
Yeah.
No. So yes, the purpose of our research in particular is to discover how you can obtain data from a quantum computer and present it in a court of law, create policy for organizations to transition from RSA encryption to post-quantum cryptographic algorithms. Our research is hopefully going to be pivotal enough to steer UT San Antonio. We have a special guest. We actually have a special guest. We have our Vice President, Gabriel Green.
How are we doing, Gabriel?
Wearing a super awesome Dragon Ball shirt. This is really great. What's going on?
Would you like to join us?
We're filming for Order 404.
Yes, sir.
It's a pleasure to see you, sir.
Nice seeing you. Yeah, do you want to join us?
Sure. I was probably gonna talk to you about the research group with Honda, but I can
Yeah.
chime in
Yeah,
with it.
So
we can
I-
definitely hold that off for next interview. You can just tell us like who you are and your role in Cyber Jedis.
So as Keeben mentioned,
Wait. I was gonna say, yeah. So I'm leader of one research group, but we actually have 4 research groups, and our vice president here, Gabriel Green, he's leading the second one, and I'll let him explain further.
So yeah, the second research group is cyber warfare and national security, and it's a pretty simple premise. We want to get people to want to educate people about the offensive aspect of cyber and how it can have a huge impact on nations. Because cyber in itself is going to be it's more than just, security. You can use it as a weapon, as we've seen with incidents like the CrowdStrike outage. Like, what if that outage was an intentional attack? And then you have, I forgot the name. Well, the 2014 Sony Pictures hack, which was a pretty big deal, given how it showed us that, okay, North Korea isn't as soft as we thought they could be. They could really do some damage if they wanted to. And the overall objective of it is to get people to understand cyber warfare, cyber security in a more broader aspect. But the main takeaway of it is we want people to understand more red team cyber. There's not a lot of offensive cyber you're going to do here at UTSA. We're mostly a blue team focused school. So that's one of the other goals is to introduce more red teaming aspects of cyber and have people hopefully learn more from it. Because if you understand both sides of cyber, you're going to have a better chance of doing well. So I'm a vice president, like Keeben mentioned, and overall I'm just there to just make sure things are also going well. In case Keeben's not there to do it, I'll be there to sub in as well. We'll just coordinate with our other officers, make sure everything's going well with them, and just manage things in the server. So
Nice.
to make sure there's no raiding happen, no botting happen, because
I've definitely noticed that you've been keeping your eye out for.
our whole
all that
team,
stuff,
our
yeah.
whole team has been, and we got to give good props to them. If we're
Definitely.
if we're a cybersecurity group, we shouldn't be having we
We
shouldn't have
really
bots
shouldn't
in our
be.
Discord server.
Yeah.
So yeah, but
Yeah.
Excellent to have you, Gabriel.
Good to have you.
A really special
Nice
guest,
seeing you
actually.
again.
I'll go more into depth about the research group in the interview you have with me and Hondo.
Yes,
So-
sir. All right. I can't wait to see you then.
Good to see you, Gabe.
see you as well, guys.
All right. You have a good one. And we're back. So we're going to pick up where we left off.
Yes, sir.
Here with our next question. Where does the research currently stand, and what challenges have we faced?
The research currently stands as we've completed the first phase. So we have 3 phases for our research. The first one being for our comp sci individuals in the team. We're basically performing calculations on IBM's quantum computers. And there's 3 main algorithms that we're running through these computers. There's Shor's algorithm, there's Grover's algorithm, and then there's the Deutsch-Jose algorithm.
Yeah, and for those who don't know what those algorithms are, can you elaborate a little bit more on each individual one?
Yes. So the Deutsch-Jose one, I don't know off the top of my head exactly. It's mainly used for optimization. All of these are for optimization, but the first one, Shor's algorithm, was developed by Peter Shor in 1994. He's an MIT professor, and essentially his algorithm that was created in 1994 can break RSA encryption, all known uses of RSA encryption. Those algorithms are used for prime factorization. So the passwords that all federal agencies use are basically the 2 factors of a number that is so large that it would take a classical computer hundreds of thousands, if not millions of years to crack.
Those are the ones with the red button and it has little keychain type of fob. That's what the RSA is, correct?
Yes, 100%,
Yes.
absolutely. So the number that's on that fob, yes, that's something that you'd be able to find with a quantum computer. But Grover's algorithm is used for optimization. So that one is for almost like sorting. If people have used sorting algorithms, I think I forget the name of them, but they have the ones that go in a line,
Yes.
and then they'll have the smaller ones that go down first, and then everything like that. But Grover's algorithm is one of those. It's like a sorting algorithm. And the first cases that I've seen used for it are for geographic location. So like GPS services. Yeah, GPS services that are used by services like Uber and Lyft. They'll find the best routes to go. Also finance, people have used them to have the name is escaping me. Like a firm, like they've had firms that have basically become billionaires in a week using Grover's algorithm.
Interesting.
Yes, so
we're gonna have to do more research on what firms utilize that.
yes, absolutely. we do have some members in our group that are looking at the stock prices of industry leaders that are using quantum computation. So
I'm gonna have to connect with those individuals later on.
Yep, yeah. they're in our team for sure. But the challenges that we've faced so far is the number of qubits that is used on a quantum computer. So the way that quantum computers work compared to a classical computer is that there are transistors in a classical computer that can represent either a 0 or 1. Data, bits, can be represented as either a 0 or a 1. But a quantum computer can be made out of electrons, photons, an electrically charged atom, and using these, they're in what's known as a superposition. And the superposition can either be you could picture it like a sphere. And if it's a sphere, imagine it's spinning like a top, like from Inception.
Okay.
And if it's spinning like that, if it's spinning more upwards or spinning downwards, that's what's represented as either a 0 or a 1. But since it's constantly spinning, it's basically represented in both positions at once. So calculations that you're performing now are basically performing calculations in, I refuse to say multiverse, but in the words of Hugh Everett III, a theoretical physicist who has an interpretation on what quantum mechanics means, many worlds, the many worlds theory. But yeah, so these quantum computers, the way that they get more powerful is they have more qubits. So the qubits that we have basically in hand that we can access are only at 133. So we're not there yet in terms of having cracking RSA, but we're basically performing the statistical analysis that needs to be done.
That sounds pretty cool. Well, I can't wait to hear a little bit more information. Definitely let us know all the updates when they do come. We'll be happy to connect with you one more time regarding that.
Absolutely.
All right. For our next question, why is quantum computing important to cybersecurity and future technologies?
It is important not because I say it's important. It's important because NIST says it's important. The National Institution for Standards and Technology, they have deemed RSA dead, for lack of a better term. In an internal report that they published in November of last year, they confirmed that RSA is to be deprecated in the year 2030 and disallowed in the year 2035. So,
see, I think I was reading something of like similar, where it was going to be pretty much not useless, but running into the same issue that you were just mentioning by 2028. Yep. You're saying 2030. 2030
is the date. This is the year that they have documented as whenever it will be deprecated. So basically, in that the name of that report, I believe, is Transition to Post-Quantum Cryptography.
Okay.
And the entire purpose of that report is to give a timeline and a methodology and an approach for industry leaders and federal agencies to begin transitioning. This is a call to action to federal agencies to transition. This is a call for the nation, the CIA, the FBI, every three-letter organization, every four-letter organization, every alphabet agency that uses .gov, anything, banks, everybody. It is a call to action for the United States of America to transition to post-quantum cryptographic algorithms. So, and the reason why this is so important, and the reason why they made this call to action, is because we are nearing the first ever fault-tolerant quantum computer. And this is the quantum computer that has been theorized from the 40s, 50s, and 60s to one day exist. And if it did exist, Shor's algorithm would crack everything. And whichever nation state has it, they're the ones that are going to have the power. Okay. So it is integral. It is integral to
it is the priority at the moment.
Yeah, it is the most important aspect of quantum computing right now that can be seen in the real world. So A lot of people have said, you can grow organs with quantum computers. People have said,
That is interesting. I did not know about that.
yes, people have said people want to use quantum computers for chemistry. They want to use it for optimization, like I said, to help people have shorter GPS routes that they're taking, become
That would
billionaires
definitely
overnight.
help with 1604, it is atrocious.
It is abysmal. I agree. But thankfully, if you study cybersecurity, if you are focused on cybersecurity, growing organs is a little, probably a few decades away. But the first real world implementation of quantum computing that you and me will be able to see and are researching together
Yes.
is cybersecurity.
Cybersecurity. All right. Well, that was a lot to take in.
Yep.
Hopefully our viewers at home will understand what's going on. If not, definitely link up with us. We'll be glad to explain a little bit more for you.
On Fridays.
On Fridays. Yes, sir. So we're going to go into our next questions. Where can students learn more about Cyber Jedis or tune in with other research?
Absolutely, Rowdy Link. So Rowdy Link, if you look up Cyber Jedis, you'll see us there. You can request to join. Obviously, if you're a student, you'll be able to join. And then you'll be able to join our Discord as well. There's a link to the Discord where you can join. We have many channels on there. We have channels for people that play video games. We have channels for, they have old PowerPoints from other presentations that we have. And in
Fancy
particular,
resources.
yes, absolutely resources. I think we still have one source that helps you build a home lab. We have a whole lot of good stuff in our Discord. But you'll see in the announcements tab whenever the leaders of our research groups are meeting, and you can go yourself if you would like to see what is going on. In particular, I will mention the other 4 groups, just like we had our special guest, Gabriel. He is the research team lead, as well as Hondo, our event coordinator lead for national security and or cyber warfare and national security. As I mentioned, I'm post-quantum security and quantum digital forensics. Our administrator, Khalid, is the team lead for intel, surveillance, and reconnaissance. And Mahi, and I believe he has a co-lead as well, is leading artificial intelligence security. So keep an eye out.
Interesting one too.
Oh yes, artificial intelligence is a very big name right now. But yeah, you can find out more about those research teams in our Discord.
For sure. And then we also have our Instagram and LinkedIn as
Yes.
well. So definitely keep an eye on for those. If you don't know where to find it, come find one of us. We'll be happy to lead you in the right direction or get you connected with our Instagram and LinkedIn. And then our next question. Well, this one's kind of self-explanatory. How do we connect with you?
Absolutely, you can join the Discord, and you'll most likely see me there, dropping chats and the announcements on Fridays in the general chat. You can look me up on Instagram, LinkedIn, Keeban, Keeben. I guarantee you'll see me on campus as well at the North Paseo building. I have my meetings on Mondays, Thursdays, and then our general meetings on Fridays. So there's a good chance that if you are watching this and you are part of the Cyber Jedis, you have probably seen me or met me. So yeah, just come up to me and start a conversation.
For sure. And that wraps up our very first episode of Order 404. A big thanks to Keeben, our president, for sharing his story with Cyber Jedis. And if you have any questions or want to get involved with Cyber Jedis, hit us up on LinkedIn, on the Rowdy links, the Discord, or Instagram. And this is only the beginning of our show, so remember,
May the source be with you.